Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Itogo Church Stitches. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you guys steps I took in designing this maxi tote bag. I've designed a lot of tote bag tutorials on this channel. One thing about them is the uniqueness and the steps I took in designing it. Check out my playlist tote bags and you'll see all the tote bags I've designed so far. If this sounds like something you are interested into, what the steps I took in designing this maxi tote bag? Let's get started. In making of this tote bag, I'm working with ANKARA fabric. You can also work with any fabric of your choice, but make sure the fabric is not stretchy. What I have here is 1 yard of ANKARA fabric to cut out the body of the bag, but the total yard I made use of is 1.5. The remaining half I used in cutting out the handle and the base. This is a maxi tote bag to contain a lot of stuffs inside. The length I'm working with is 20 inches and the width is 30 inches. When taking this step, make sure your fabric is folded to this way for you to cut out both the front and back. So I'm going to connect all the marked dots, then I'll cut it out. After cutting it out, I will slant the both sides. So how I'm going to slant it is that I'm going to fold it again just like this, and at this base part I'm going to come in by 2 inches. Then I'll use my ruler and from the pointed part of the upper bag, then I'll slant it to meet those 2 inches. If you don't want to slant it now, you can also slant it later while shaping the bag, but I suggest you slant it now so that you will not even forget not to slant it. You understand? This is how you cut out the body of the bag. So I'll use this body of the bag and cut out the lining and the foam. This is the lining I'll be working with for both the front and the back, and also the foam I'll be working with as well. So what I'm going to do now, the next step I'm going to take is to stitch this foam to the fabric. You understand? So I'm going to place one of this as the front and later on I'll place the other one as the back. I'll place it, but I'll go off camera now and iron it so that I'll press everything down. Then I'm going to use my pin to pin it while I go right on my sewing machine and stitch it just like this together with the foam. I'll do the same thing to the second one. After stitching the foam together with the fabric, this is how it looks. The next thing I'll be working on is the handle of this bag, and I added interfacing to the hand so that it will be thick enough. The length I cut out is 32 inches and the width is 5.5 inches. So I'm going to go right on my sewing machine. I'm going to fold the handle just like this. Then I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch it down. To make this step easy for you, what I did is that I went on using my iron to fold it the way I want it to be folded. So what I will now do is that I'll follow the shape of this iron I give the handle now and close it this way and go right to my sewing machine and then top stitch down. I'll do the same thing to the second handle. After stitching the handle, the next step is to attach the handle to the body of the bag. To target where you are going to attach the handle to the body of the bag, I'm going to mark in 8 inches on both sides. So at that point of marked 8 inches, I'm going to now place the handle after the marked point. Then I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch. Once I was done attaching the handle to the body of the bag, the next step I'm going to take now is to add the zip to the bag. So first I'm going to come in by 2.5 inches on one side of this bag, and this is the zip yard I'm working with. So on this zip yard as well, I'm going to mark half an inch, and you'll see the reason why I'm marking half an inch. So this half an inch of the zip yard, this part I marked 2.5 inches. I'm going to place the zip outside this way. Just watch carefully. I'll place it outside this way, then I'll stitch it down to the end, but I'll not stitch it to the end of the bag. At this end part, I'm going to mark in 2 inches as well. When I mark in 2 inches, remember what I took the other first part is 2.5. Then I'm going to be stopping the stitching at the 2 inches. So watch carefully. I'm going to pin it so that you guys understand what I said. At this ending part of the zip, I'm going to measure out extra 7 inches. The reason why I'm measuring out this extra 7 inches, but I won't be stitching it to the bag, is because I'll be adding a base to this bag so that when you open the bag, it will be wide enough to pack stuffs and you'll be free while packing it. So I'm going to stitch and stop to this point. So after stitching, this is how it looks. So the next thing I'm going to get now, I'm going to add the zip head to the zip yard before I attach the lining. While attaching the lining, if you reach at this extreme part, you just need to draw the zip inside, just like this. You draw the zip inside and then place the lining back and stitch straight up. So what I'm trying to do now is to make sure I target the middle of this bag because I want to add inside pocket to it, and definitely here is the middle. Okay, it's just that I wanted to be sure, that is why I had to pin it round. So I'm going to be adding inside pocket to this bag. I have a lot of detailed tutorials on how you can add inner pocket to your bag, so I'm going to drop the link on the screen to that, or I'll just drop it in the description box so that you go and watch it. So after adding the inside pocket to this bag, this is how it looks. So what's the next step I'm going to take now is to add the remaining face of the body of the bag. So the length of this handle, I reduced it by 4 inches because the 32 inches I worked with, the handle was very long, so I had to reduce it by 4 inches. So the actual length of handle I worked with is 28 inches. I'm going to be stitching up the other face of this bag, so I'm going to get it right now and I'll place the zip facing right face to the body of the bag. And what I did to this one, I'm going to also do it the way I stitched this first one. I'm going to also stitch it the same way. The only difference is that I won't be adding inside pocket to the other part. After I was done shaping the both side of this bag, the next step I'll take right now is to measure the base of this bag. And when I measured it, I got 22 inches. So I'll use the 22 inches to cut out the length for the base. So this is the base of the bag. I've already stitched the foam and the lining to it. So the length is 22 inches and the width is 7 inches. So because this bag I'm designing don't have a side, this base I'm going to minus 3 inches from it. Because for instance, if the bag had side, yes, but like this it doesn't have side, you will minus 3 inches from the base so that this base will fit in when you are stitching it to the bag. To cover up those rough edges, I have a very long stripe here. The width is 2 inches, but after folding, I now have 1 inches. And you cut out a long one, like very lengthy, so that it will be able to cover the whole rough edges of the bag. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go right on my sewing machine and use this long strap and stitch the whole rough edges on this bag. But first I'm going to cover the both side before I cover the base. So guys, these are steps I took in designing this MAXI tote bag. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for you to be updated when I drop new video. Drop your comments on what you think about this tutorial. Share this video to people it will be helpful too. So guys, this is all for today's video and I'm going to see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.